Most people think the more you learn, the more you grow. But what if I told you that consuming more information could be the very thing that's keeping you stuck? You've read the books, taken the courses, watched the videos, and yet something still isn't shifting. That's because real transformation doesn't come from knowing more. It comes from seeing differently. And in this video, I'm going to show you the shift that changes that. Let's start with a common trap that most entrepreneurs fall into: the belief that information equals transformation. You sign up for another masterclass, grab another podcast episode, or scroll through another motivational reel, all in the name of growth. But deep down, you still don't see the breakthroughs that you crave. You're overinformed and under-transformed. You're overwhelmed by knowledge and underwhelmed by results. That's because information doesn't equal transformation. It just gives your mind more to think about, and the dopamine hit that creates the illusion that growing from the new information is the thing that creates change. But transformation begins when your perception changes, not just your knowledge. So what does transformation actually look like? Real transformation happens not when you learn something new, but when you see something differently. It's a shift in awareness, a rising of consciousness, not just accumulation of more information. See, most people try to think their way into a breakthrough, but insight, not thinking, is what triggers transformation. The moment when something clicks and suddenly your inner world reorganizes itself. That's what creates the shift. And the biggest one came for me when I had fresh new insight around reality and I deeply saw the true nature of thought. Until that point, I had done so much work on trying to change my thinking, fix my thoughts, rewire my brain, until I really saw the truth. That thoughts aren't facts. They aren't real, they aren't true, and they absolutely aren't you. They're like passing clouds, momentary, fleeting, and constantly changing. And with each and every new thought comes a whole new experience of reality. And that we don't live in the world as it is, we live in the world as we think it is. And when you believe every thought is real, you stay stuck trying to fix and control your mind, which unconsciously reinforces the idea that those thoughts are real and true and have power over you. And that's a battle that you will never win. But when you start to see through thought by recognizing it as the raw, illusory material of experience, when you see that thoughts aren't real and thoughts aren't true, you stop trying to change them and you start creating from a place beyond them. That's where true freedom and personal power lies. This explains why two people can live through the same event and experience two completely different versions of it and describe it in completely opposite ways. Because we are all living in different individual thought-created realities all of the time, believing our own thinking. Your thoughts shape your experience, and your thoughts are not truth. They're personal, individual perception. And because they're not true, you don't need to put any focus and attention on trying to change them. You instead get to see them for what they are. Once you realize this, deeply, not just intellectually, you unlock the door to recoding your reality because you're no longer reacting to a false filtered version of reality. You're aware of the thought created nature of it, and awareness is power. So how do we move from information to transformation? It begins with presence, with slowing down, with asking not what more can I learn, but what am I ready to see and who am I ready to be with this new understanding. When you understand the nature of thought, when you realize you don't need better thoughts, just clearer seeing, you free yourself from the trap of overthinking. You stop trying to change your mind and you start consciously creating your experience. And that's when the recoding of reality begins. So if shift number 1 from consuming information to creating transformation woke you up to the illusion of thought, shift number 2 will show you how to break free from the beliefs that have been secretly running your life. We're going deeper in this next video into identity, into truth, into the power that's already within you. So be sure to watch the next video that should show here. And if you want to go deeper, you can download your free reality recoding ebook that's linked below, where inside I walk you through each one of the 6 transformational shifts to success with journaling prompts and guided reflections to help you deeply embody this work and create real change from within so that we can begin recoding your reality together.